This is Robin Sands on the 79 Super Beetle Bug Project restoration for my wife, our 10-year anniversary. We are rounding about to completion on all the body work. I've got the new mirrors. I don't want to put them in because I'm doing a lot of walking by and don't want to accidentally hit one. I'm going to wait till last to put them in. We finally got our chrome bumpers back. They're not perfect, but they're acceptable. I think I paid too much for them, for the re-chroming of them. We're waiting on that one bumper strip for the front. That's the only piece that's left. Got me a new bulb here because I was doing my final bulb check, and there's one bulb out. I adjusted the headlights to where they need to be. Everything turned out pretty good. The windshield's in. Had to take some of them little teeth out of the frame of the windshield in order to get the new stuff to fit in there. Busted the first windshield, trial and error. I'll never do it again, or I'll know not to never do it again, or not to ever do it again. Interior's all done, finished, and ready to go. There's a cleanup rag there. Only thing we've had a problem with is sand coming out of the dash. Drove it down the road a couple times to see how it runs and everything, and got air hose down in there and just tried to blow it all out, and I'm sure there's still more in there going down the road. It gets in your eyes. But right now I wasn't completely satisfied with everything we did, so I wanted to go a little further, and you can see why. The engine compartment just didn't look as nice as the Bug does. So I pulled the engine out, and on these fuel engines, they have many wires, and a lot of these hoses that are the factory hoses that have this webbing on them, they get weather cracked underneath and they start leaking. And the only way really to replace all of those is to pull the whole engine out and go through it and replace all of them. These right here go to the purge canister, charcoal canister, or evap canister, whichever part of the country you're from. That depends on what you're going to call it. But while the engine was out, I decided to go ahead and do a makeover on the engine. She doesn't know it's yellow yet, but she'll find out. But the yellow is really going to be hidden by most of the body parts. Whenever we get it all together, it's going to look pretty good. That's just a pulley up there drying. Yeah, the engine, I'm getting ready to put it all back together. I pulled it down to the bare necessities to where I could get it painted and get individual parts painted without a bunch of overspray on them. Them heater boxes down there, I'm going to paint them a little bit more black, cover up that yellow that's on the heater boxes. I just didn't want to tape it all up this time around. And all the parts and components that go around the engine, the shields, the tins, I guess is what they call it in the bug world, I painted them to match the car. They're pearl. So that pearl is a base coat with a center with a middle coat of pearl and then some clear coat. These intake things right here, I painted them black, but then I thought, you know, it got a wild hair and I had a little pearl left over, so I put some pearl on it. It turned them gray. Then I put some clear coat on them. It actually turned out looking kind of like a carbon fiber material. So actually a guy got a good look out of that. And then I decided to go ahead and do this fan thing right here too. It's got the pearl in it. It was black. I didn't really want to paint that aluminum, even though some of the overspray of the clear got on it. But when I put all this together, it's going to look pretty good. It's going to have all new lines, hoses, spark plugs, just your whole kit and caboodle on here, to where I don't have to worry about any kind of fire hazards. Those hoses will come apart. Let me show you. These hoses right here are high pressure fuel line hoses. They go down to fuel injectors. those things right there get rotten, and as long as you got the key switch on, that fuel pump is pushing pressure to those, and one of those things crack, fuel just jets all over the engine and all over the exhaust, and it will catch fire. I've seen many bugs that have been burned sitting in people's driveways. And you can go online and Google burn bugs and you'll see it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get this thing, start putting this thing back together and try to get her back in, and we'll do another video shortly after I get the engine together, and then I'll do another one when I put it back in, or I might just do another one when I get it back in to save face on time and stuff. But anyway, that's the blunt of what's going on right now, and the progress, that's the word, progress of what we have done so far. Convertible top looks pretty good. I mean, Rumbly Brothers did a really good job. I took some pictures of that, but I didn't get any video, so whenever we put it up, I'll get a completion. Actually, what I'll do is I'll probably just get this thing completed and go over it really good with the camera, say a few words, and put the end at the end of it, so it'll be final and done. Alright, we'll see you next time.